Yo, what's up? Let me turn this music down. If you're new here, don't subscribe, right? I post videos like once a year. Okay. If you aren't new here, and you've been here before, you'll know that I only play one build, okay? It's Deadeye, Wander, okay? And we're opting for Kinetic Blast as our clear skill, and Power Siphon. So I've been busy with my Google internship, so I just started playing. I'm like 2 days in, right? So I put some hours in. I hit like A5 on the Atlas. That's where I'm at. So I'm maybe like, if I started on League Start, I'm maybe like day 3 right now. But obviously it's like week 4 or whatever the fuck it is, which means gear's a lot cheaper, unique items are cheaper. So yeah. Let me, I don't know, show you guys a map, not waste your fucking time, and then we'll talk about the build. I have like 0 FPS. Don't know why. Okay. Yeah, we'll run a map. I don't know, I've been having fun with it. I think the league's fine. I think people are sort of overreacting to the nerfs and everything, but I mean, people are allowed to have their opinions, right? So my opinion is that the league's fine, really. I mean, as you can see here, this build, I have, what's my slash played? 2 days, 14 hours? Yeah, so I don't have like a ton of playtime. This is my only character. I haven't been doing like hideout warrior stuff. I've just been like playing the game. Game feels fine, but that's because this build has always been broken. Like every league, it's just really, really strong. Yeah, the league mechanic itself is like okay. It reminds me of Harvest planting the pylons down and stuff, and it's like frustrating as fuck because the pylons never go where the pylons go. You know what I mean? And then paying attention and reading everything isn't my strong suit. So for example, having to read all this shit is way past my pay grade, so I just skip them entirely. Yeah, I don't even think they're that profitable unless you know what the fuck you're doing. Like doing logbooks, maybe. The flash changes are like whatever. I don't feel it at all because I'm one-shotting the whole screen. And I wasn't much of a Flask pianoer to begin with, so I'm not like missing having to press my flash every 1 second, you know? Okay, hopefully you got to see the map clear. This is an outdoor map, by the way, which actually is not that great for Kinetic Blast. You'd rather do something like, I didn't full clear the map, whatever. You'd rather do like an indoor map. Yo, what up? I'm back. My dog started barking, so I cut. But I cleared a map earlier, and then I ran this thicket, and I wasn't recording because I stopped the recording because my dog was barking, and then I started the recording now after I ran the thicket map. But yeah, you saw the other map clear, so I guess it's fine. I don't know. Let me turn this music down again. It's kind of loud. Okay, we're gonna look at the gear and talk about the general premise of the build. How it works. I feel like this music is still loud. Okay, here we go. Build time. First of all, the fuck, right? Okay, so Kinetic Blast is our clear skill. When it hits a wall or it's finished its lifetime, either the distance it has traveled has complete, it has chained the max number of times, it has pierced the max number of times, or it has forked the max number of times. After each of those instances, this is like the lifetime of a projectile, it will leave a AoE on the ground. And with this Celestial MTX, it's a lot easier to see the little shaper-looking orbs on the ground, right? That is dealing damage and clearing packs. The problem is, shit for single targets. So, we are a 2-skill build, using Power Siphon for single target. This is really good because you generate power charges when you hit a rare unique enemy. Whatever, who gives a fuck. You get crit multi per power charge. Really good. And it has Culling Strike. And tanky mobs are the best mobs to Culling Strike because you are doing a percentage of their life. Talk about the links. Trinity support, really broken. The nerfs don't matter. Yeah, you're doing less damage, but you still have to use the thing that gives you the most damage, right? There's no, like... GGG was trying to say, like, by nerfing the damaging gems, you'll have more options. You can use different cool gems. No. Like, we still need the damage gems. They just suck now. But, yeah, so we use that. Barrage, this is what makes it a laser beam. Well, our Ascendancy makes it a laser beam, but Barrage is what puts them all in a line. Wed, because we have to use Wed. And Inspiration. I don't have quality, alt quality, bullshit 21, 23 gems, alright? I'm not fucking with you. These are literally gems that I've been using since level 30 when I bought them. And up till Act 5, right? So that's our single target. We're using a Shroud of the Lightless because it gives you an Elemental Penetration gem, which is a free 6-link. And you get to socket in an Abyss socket. Or an Abyss Jewel. Shroud of the Lightless, I don't know. What are these, 5C? They're probably less. You could go check. I don't know. 5-linking it costs you 30 fusings on average if it's 20 qualed. So what, 30 fusings is 4C, something like that? Let's just round up to 20C for this, 5-linking it. Or you could buy it 5-linked. Or the Prophecy. I don't know. There's so many ways to get it. The Tempest Liberation, I would recommend using the... Oh, I sold it, but the Tempest Binding. It is the same exact helmet. It's just you, instead of getting a greater Harbinger of Storms, you get a Harbinger of Storms. The difference is probably 0. Like, it's the shock effect is like 15% on top. So it doesn't matter. You can use a normal helmet for 1C. I don't even have a lab enchant on it. Best enchant, +2 proj, power siphon. Okay, we're using a wand. It's a really bad wand. You're probably thinking, does the +1 spell gems do anything for our build? No, it just happens to be on the wand. So when you're looking for wands and you're looking at the PoB, if I link it, don't get all worked up about getting +1 spell. It does literally nothing. I don't have any spells that benefit from levels. I have like Blood Rage and Wrath, which not too big of a deal. The stats you do want: flat lightning, multi crit, percent spell damage, all good things. Use a Piscator's whatever, Piscator's Vigil or something like that, until you can use a rare wand with like 200 flat lightning and maybe 60 combined multi-chance, something like that. I have a shield here with a built-in Enlighten, so that I can run a higher level Precision and a Herald of Ice without being too low on mana. If you don't have enough mana to sustain, just don't use a Spellslinger Sniper's Mark setup. So that's actually a good point. I should talk about that. I'm sorry this video is all over the place. I didn't write a script. I don't do this for a living. I don't make money off this shit. If you want to watch it on 2x speed, save yourself some time. I don't give a fuck. Sure. But these are going to die when I right click, but you'll see my Sniper's Mark gets applied. Let me see if I can... See? Sniper's Mark. When I'm right clicking, it's applying Sniper's Mark. Why does that matter? Well, it's a lot of damage, and it's a lot of survivability. We get increased mark effect. Sniper's Mark, you can look it up, does more proj damage when an enemy is hit. And we get 25% less damage taken from other nearby enemies when you mark them. So, when I just killed that pack, this guy, who just died to my golem, will do less damage to me because the Sniper's Mark is on the ground next to his buddy here. Look at these guys. Dead on the ground. They would do less damage. Okay? It's kind of hard to show you because I'm one-shotting this Act 9. But, so Spellslinger is huge quality of life, but until you have an Enlighten level 3, or a Socketed Gems, or whatever this is called, Charisma, yeah, until you have Charisma or whatever, or the Shield, then you can't use Spellslinger because you just won't have enough mana. But it's fine. It's just quality of life. Or you could get the helmet. Spellslinger Reduced Reservation? I don't know. Whatever. Flame Dash, because they nerfed movement skills for God knows what reason. So now we have to run 2 movement skills. Okay? Flame Dash, Shield Charge. Here's how it works. You do Flame Dash, and then you animation cancel your Shield Charge. So that you get to use both at the same time. If you try to use back-to-back Flame Dashes, let me show you. there's a charge up time. You want to cancel that charge up time by shield charging immediately after. That is going to be the most effective use of your time. Rings, mana problems, they kind of suck ass, so we have to get a non-channeling -7 here. Unless, again, you don't run Spellslinger, you'll have plenty of mana. These rings, I don't know, man. 23 life, like, yeah, this is pretty shit. So, you can run whatever you want. Try to get flat lightning on it. That's pretty good. This amulet, I sniped for, what, 20C? It's okay. It doesn't have life on it, but it has a lot of crit and multi and flat, so it's fine. This is a good chunk of damage here. Allocate Prism Weave. Okay, do it. A lot of damage. 2-socket Tomb Fist. We're putting a Murderous Eye to Intimidate. That's the only one that matters. Searching Eye to Maim is fine, and in fact, I've been messing around with other ideas. I think it might be better to use a 1-socket Tomb Fist so that we can have an extra gem slot for Vol Grace. Because currently, I am socket starved up the ass, okay? Because we're using 2-socket items and a 1-socket item. So we're missing 5 sockets for gems. So I want a Vol Grace, but I don't know where to put a Vol Grace. So it might be better to drop Maim here and put a Vol Grace and get a 1-socket. That will save you some money too, because these are... I'm checking my macro. These are like 40C, okay? Now, Bubonic Trail, 2-socket here also probably isn't that good, because I would like to put a cast when damage taken setup. So rare boots with elusive on crit are way better. Elusive on crit with life, res, movement speed, like good boots, right? Rare boots are way better than these Bubonic Trails, but like I said, I've been playing for, I don't know, like 2 days or something. Yeah. Or, yeah, a few days. So rare boots here are way better. And you get to do a cast when damage taken setup. I don't have a cast when damage taken setup, which really hurts. They removed Onslaught on Kill from Abyss Jewels. Therefore, we have to use a Rot Gut. This is our only way to get Onslaught without wasting points down here for gathering... No, Graceful Assault. Okay. I'm not going to talk about the Passage Tree. You can check the PoB. But I will talk about Cluster Jewels. You want Opportunistic Feel Salad and Feel the Fight. This gives you Mana Leech. With the mana changes, this is almost mandatory. If you don't get Feel the Fight, you have to get this minor passive here. You will not sustain mana without this passive. Or this passive. Martial Power says whatever. It just happened to be here. It's not that great because I don't do ailment damage. And I don't need accuracy that much. Mediums, we're doing Repeater. You have to have Repeater. Okay? The other ones are optional. Eye to Eye, Aerodynamics. This gives me 1 Pierce. I'm still not even sold on if Pierce is good yet, because of how Kinetic Blast works. But I found a jewel like this. I think this was 4C. Okay, 4C. So, grab it. Grab it while it's hot. This feels like a waste to me, especially for bossing, obviously. But I haven't found a better place to put those points yet, so I'm holding on to them. Yeah. If you have enough accuracy, you can drop this, right? If your helmet has accuracy or a ring has accuracy, you could drop Acuity and put those points into more life, because you'll look at our life pool, pretty fucking low. That's how it is. I don't know. So how do we scale? Well, I guess we'll talk about the shorter portion first. What are our defensive layers? It's a good question. We don't have any. Okay, we are a softcore build. We have 0 defensive layers. So if you don't like dying once every, it depends how good you are at the game. But if you're, I would say, less skilled at the game, you're gonna be dying a lot. It's just how it is. But we have Acro, Phase Acro, if you want to call that a defensive layer. I don't know. We have like 10% block chance or something. Let me check. We have 10% evasion. Where's our block chance? Oh, 17. Yeah, it's negligible. And we have minus chaos res. Yeah, we are squishy. Super squish. We have, I guess elusive is maybe, yeah. So to cut a long story short, we have no defense at all. So, yeah. Although Shroud of Lightless makes you immune to Fizz sometimes when you spam your Power Siphon. It's a 20% chance, I think. It will trigger this shade form here, which makes you immune to fizz. So you could run up to a boss and power siphon, and you'll become immune to fizz damage when you hit an enemy. Sometimes. Hopefully. Okay, that's the gear. Well, Darkness Enthroned. I have never seen a more underrated item in my entire life, by the way. Darkness Enthroned looks, you know, average, right? 2 Abyss sockets, 75% increased effective jewels. But when we are mass scaling Abyss jewels, this is a huge boon to our damage. This 75% increased effect should not be underestimated. This jewel here, which gives 39 life and then some flat damage, and this jewel here, which gives 30 life and some flat damage, just checking the life, 39 plus, what was it, 31? Right, that's 70. 70 times 1.75. This belt, in essence, is giving us 122 life. Right? Compare that to a Stygian, which has, you can roll 90 life and get a jewel that has 40. 90 plus 40 is like 130. They're very similar, except this belt costs 1C. And that's not even touching on the damage that we get. Okay? 4 to 34 lightning. So, let me do the quick math. 4 to 34, that's half of that is 19 plus 7, that's 8. So that's 27 plus another like 15. So we have like 42 midpoint average damage times 1.75. This belt is giving us 73 damage units, right? It's like a unit I just made up just to calculate the number, but we're getting so much damage units in this belt that it makes up for having a Stygian. Now, there is some quality of life with the Stygian. Flask mods, resistance access. That's it, actually. Oh, percent life on a hunter mod. So a rare Stygian is better if it's perfect, but this belt is so cheap that it really shouldn't be as underrated as it is. Now, let me switch to window capture. Okay, here we are. Here's the music you've been listening to very quietly in the background. This search query that I'm running on the trade site, it is running a weighted sum. I have mathed out, whoops, that should be 1. No, that should be 0.9. I've mathed out all of these mods so that you can just search for a jewel and then click sum, and this will show you the best Abyss jewels for this build. Now, why is this so cool? Well, it makes upgrades way easier to locate. Because you check this sum right here, 57.9. Let's say, for example, this jewel here had a sum of 52, okay? And I'm trying to replace it. So I run the numbers on this. It has 52 damage units, okay? I come over here, I see, hey, this is 57 damage units. This is not suddenly, but effectively a better jewel. And all I do is swap the jewel out, okay? Finding upgrades is that easy. There is nothing else to it, and it makes the build really clean to play. There are no breakpoints or like unique items that break your build if you don't have it, okay? Like totem builds and their soul mantle, or minor builds with your cloak of defiance or their tinker skin, right? This isn't that, okay? We don't need big ticket items. All you need is a high sum, okay? And if you're on a budget, this makes it even easier, okay? I have 15C to spend on a damage upgrade. Cool. You come here, 15C, sort by sum. This jewel right here, 23 life, flat cold, flat lightning, attack speed if you dealt a crit recently. Boom. You buy this jewel. Okay, so the reason we want cold damage is because of Trinity. Yeah, I know it's really fucking long, but basically, if you're dealing 2 damage types, you're getting a lot more damage just in general. If you hover over Kinetic Blast, and we look at the mod numbers, they're right over here. 1,000 to 16,000 cold, 2,000 to 4,000-ish, lightning, and then 4,000-ish cold. You want some sort of overlap between the lower and upper bound of the 2 damage types. This will allow Trinity to proc. You can research that, or just take my word for it. So that's why we're getting flat cold on some items, not all items, just a few, to make that overlap just big enough, okay? I'm running fork support on KB because I think it's better than GMP if you're a Deadeye. If you're a Raider, you have to take GMP. If you're a Deadeye, you can actually deal with having less total proj in favor for a fork support. Doesn't have to be anomalous. I'm not even sure what anomalous gives me. Oh, additional proj when forking. That's fine. Yeah, I guess anomalous is okay. I'm not sure how expensive it is though. You can swap out Aziri's Promise for a Dying Sun. I actually had a Dying Sun, but the duration is so low, not worth using in my opinion. So here are the flasks. Okay. What else is there to talk about? Well, yo, honestly, I think it's all covered, boys and girls and friends. Anybody else out there? If I think of something else, it'll probably come right after this clip. But till then, Godspeed. Remember to stay hydrated. Drink water. Remember to pet your dogs. Whoa, I just did the outro, right? But I'm coming right back at you because I forgot to do the POB. I'm going to do the POB live. Okay? And here's why. Well, mostly because I forgot to set it up, but also because many times you'll watch a build guide and they'll have the POB decked out. Everything's checked, items are min-maxed, and all they do is they say, hey, look at the damage, right? And you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I can totally do that build. And then it's like, oh, well, no, you can't. So I'm literally going to show you. Go to my profile, Panda. I'll have the link, but I'm going to show you an honest POB, okay? Honest damage, honest everything. Panda Express. Okay, import items and all that. Okay, cool. We're going to go to tree. Make sure everything looks okay. Level 91. Okay. Config. This is where a lot of people will cheese the fuck out of you with checking all the boxes. I'm going to check each box and tell you why. Do we have power charges? Yes, we have max charges. Power siphon, when you hit, is giving you power charges, and you're hitting 16 times a second because it shoots 16 projectiles. And we get power charge on kill. So we always have power charges. Always. So yes, that is checked. Do we have frenzy? In maps, yes, we have frenzy. Otherwise, no, we don't. I am not going to check it. Although, for long boss fights like Sirus, I take a frenzy weapon swap on a gem, and I swap weapons, hit him with frenzy, swap back. In that case, I do have frenzy, but I'm not going to click it. We have 10 Gale Force because we are Deadeye. We have max inspiration, we just do, that's just how it is. We don't have Onslaught during a boss fight. A lot of builds will tick this. We don't have Onslaught, so I won't click it. We do have Fortify. I'm not fucking with you guys here. We have Fortify Shield Charge, and it lasts for 9 seconds, so... Or, not 9, it's like 5 or 6, so we have Fortify. We have Tailwind, we are Deadeye. We don't have Adrenaline. We have Elusive on kill, but not on crit. I will not click it. We are leeching because we have Blood Rage enabled at all times. And we have Mana Leech on Cluster Jewel or on the passive tree. Do we have Flask active? No. Let's say we have no Flasks, okay? Are you blinded? We could be, but we're most often not blinded. Are you chilled? Are you frozen? Have you crit recently? We have 90% or 84% crit, so yes, we've crit recently. Have you taken spell damage? No, no. Lowest resonance, 50. This is just how Trinity works. Look it up. I'm not cheesing you here. We don't have Innervation. Is your crit chance lucky? No. We have no chain because I'm taking Far Shot and not Ricochet. That's debatable, honestly. I think Ricochet might be better, by the way. So 0 chain. We have Pierce, but I don't think this will affect our damage. Let's just say we haven't pierced. If you're hitting a boss. Projectile travel distance, 60. Okay. I shouldn't need to explain this if you guys are used to attack builds, but PoE, I think it's called point blank plus far shot math. Okay. Here's the math on how point blank and far shot works. It's by this little graph here. We'll see in purple is the combined damage. Okay. At 70 is the peak damage using both, and around 60 is around average range. So look, range. I don't know, I'll just type in range, see if it comes up. Okay, here is a diagram of what range and PoE looks like. You'll see 60 is about the 8th circle out, or 9th circle, where Elrion is standing, from where the Deadeye is standing, right? That's the optimal distance to stand from the boss, so that is what I'll enter for DPS, or for travel distance. But to be clear, any number you enter here is more damage, and there is fall off, so yeah, I'm just being as clear as possible. Is the enemy moving? No, no. Remember, Maim on hit. We have blind on hit with an Abyssal, although this doesn't matter, who cares. The enemy, we are critting and doing a little bit of fire damage. If we go over here to Power Siphon, we do a little bit of fire. And when we crit, that is a 100% chance to ignite. So yeah, the enemy's ignited, although this doesn't contribute to DPS. The enemy is chilled, yes. Shocked, okay, this is where stuff might get sketchy, okay? I shocked Sirus for 19% because of Harbinger of Storms. If you have the lesser Harbinger of Storms, you are shocking for 15%. Okay, it is a 4% difference. So we are shocking for 19% because Harbinger of Storms. Intimidate from our gloves. Enemy is a boss. Yes, he is Sirus. Awakening level 9. Okay. Here we are. Here's our no cheese, no bullshit DPS. 4.5 million. Cool. I don't know what else to tell you. That seems good to me. You don't play this build for the bossing, by the way. I just wanted to be super clear about the bossing DPS, because you'll see people try to cheese the fuck out of it, right? I'm not here to do that. I've spent 10x on this build. No, honestly, like 7 or 6x. Because I spent 3x gambling for an Eye of Winter gem, Divergent one, because I was doing cast on crit Eye of Winter. But I quickly rerolled into this. Like, literally, at Blood Aqueducts I rerolled. So, yeah, like 7x on this character. I will have this PoB available to you. I'm going to generate the PoB code. And this will be the exact code in the description, so you know I'm not fucking with you by cheesing the damage somehow. Okay. In the description. I'll also have that trade query to find out good Abyss gems. They might go up in price if people watch this video. I don't think nobody watches my channel, but if you do, thanks. Don't subscribe. I don't give a fuck. Bye. Stay hydrated. Yo, so I was like editing this video, and I was like, damn, I really didn't show the build that well. So here are some bonus clips. Over here. Okay, get to those.